In this video we will analyze the mechanics of Warden, its dungeon, loot in this, and even whether it was worth the wait. So let's start with the fact that this is the best mob and this is not up for debate. No mob had such intrigue as this one. As a result, we got a mob that has a bunch of different mechanics intertwined with its dungeon. But let's take it in order. Fear. Before this mob came out, the developers showed what version it had. Some players haven't seen Death Paradise of CCP began to say that the current Warden is not scary, uninteresting, and in general give me the one with holes. He is cooler. Everything would be fine, but there is one detail. King Dogs, the developer of this mob, wanted to make not just a vile creature that scares with its appearance, like in ordinary horrors. He wanted to create a hybrid of something cute, but at the same time creepy, and he succeeded. Warden scares not with his ugly face, but with the fact that he constantly keeps you in suspense. You constantly hear his heartbeat. He constantly sniffs you out, not letting you calm down. You don't know what to expect from him. You do not even know where he is, because you have the darkness effect on you. The unknown is what scares the most. These are not empty words. In psychology, the fear of the unknown is the strongest fear which is inherent in absolutely all people. As you understand, the Warden is the perfect mob to be unknown. Even when everyone begins to understand its mechanics and behavior, it still remains scary. Okay, so that's out of the way. What about Deep Dark? This is just awesome, because this place is perfect for Warden. It's basically like a minotaur hunting you in a labyrinth. The dungeon is huge. It gives you plenty of room to roam, but it also has small enough rooms that you don't feel safe. What I also like is that it uses mechanics that are supported to show players how to use sculk sensors. As an in-game tutorial, also the dungeon is generally beautiful. And I'm sure billion builders will be restoring these ruins. I also like that there are several runes that differ in that some have better loot, some have worse, some are darker gloomy ruins, and some are almost completely illuminated areas. The coolest thing here is this frame. We saw it at Minecon, they showed it to us on Twitter very often, and when it came out at first I thought it was some kind of a portal, but when I flew away I realized that it was Warden head. In short, the dungeon is very cool. Everyone should be happy. Gameplay is essentially a combination of Warden mechanics and the structure he inhabits. And if you look at it that way, he fits in perfectly. Look, let's say we have a room. It would seem nothing remarkable, but as soon as you loosened your buns and decided to walk around without a shift, you can immediately hear a rolling sculk squeal. And all because sometimes there are items so that Warden appears as often as possible. Or you can often find snowballs in chests, because Warden gets distracted by them. But at the same time, if you abuse them and throw them non-stop, he will get angry and will look for the source from which the shells are flying. Just like I said, you constantly hear his heartbeat, and it is not only invented out of fear, but also so that you understand how angry he is. The faster the heartbeat, the more angry he is. Well, and when you finally piss him off, the whole dungeon is designed in such a way that you can't run far from it, so it's better to be quiet at all times. By the way, opening chests also counts as vibration, so you'll have to break the screamers or just not open chests near them. We will stop at the loot because there is something to tell. Firstly, you can take all kinds of sculk. They look beautiful and they can be used in decorations. Also, do not forget about sculk sensors, with which you can come up with 100 application mechanisms. Sculk catalyst, which can store experience in itself, and sculk screech, which simply excites as a beautiful deco. In chests, you can also find resources for the compass of return, which is very useful, and of course a new enchantment that simply makes you faster by holding down shift. You can take a skull from the enchantments, and this is very cool. To get it earlier, you had to wait for the thunderstorm and find a creeper, charge it with a trident on the thunder, blow up the skeleton with this creeper, and only then will you get one head. It will be much easier now to steal the skulls from the Warden. And yes, I have already seen a couple of comments about how there is no point in going there, because you see, the loot there is not that cool. The logic is very strange, but understandable. Lately, modern games tell you to complete an additional task, not because you can get a unique experience there that you lacked when completing the main gameplay, but because you can get a level, resources, and other crap to make it easier for you to play. Because of this, people have the impression that all content should give you exactly what your main gameplay will soon give you. But why not just go to the dungeon? We do not go to the games to get a level or resources. We go to games to play, get content and emotions. For the player, this is a challenge. Can you clear everything in this structure? This is what should hook players. Thanks for watching. Write in comments how you first encountered this mob and like it so that this channel will skyrocket. Well, for now, bye.